times we saw him and he was popping off in such a significant way. I think it even goes back further than that. But either way, I'm not going to try and remember the teams he's been on all throughout his history, but he is a very impressive player.
It's a
Barton, of course, we already talked.
gamer.
Yeah, it's Yeah Game. I was gonna say it, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, I think
Gaming.
it was the Yeah Gaming
Former
up
teammate
against...
of Swisher and twice on
That's
Gaming.
crazy. And weren't they up against New England Whalers? And then it was like a crazy 6 overtime match or something.
No, that was PA
Was
with
it...
RCF. You're thinking about.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
thinking
yes.
about. Well, no. RCF was on New England Whalers playing against
I'm thinking
RBG
about RCF.
at the time.
Yes,
RCF
you're
was
right.
on this Gaming roster. Yes.
And that's the one I'm thinking of.
But he was. He was also part of the roster that had Swisher and Boo. It was Boo. That's right. Twice wound up signing in later.
Dude, it's so
but
crazy.
Yes, they were part of the melding of Brazil and NA.
Yeah.
It was Dumau, RCF, and Fastsin that were part of that squad with Swisher and then Boo. After I think Tatazin left the roster.
I guess the point is these guys have been around. Right?
They've been around
for a very long time.
They are no longer fresh faces, but they are also still very young. I mean, you look at Dumau and Lato, I think they're both like 20. Sadzin, the newest edition, is also 20 years old. Like, this is a young team. Lato 21, Dumau 20, Barton 22, Sadzin 20, and then Nick is hanging out. Old man calling the shots. But Twist will be hitting the shots right now. I say old man, he's younger than me. Twists will be starting off the show. There were some vulnerabilities perhaps on Ancient, but by and large, we saw a lot of good play from Liquid here.
Yeah, I think the first half was the biggest problem for them, and then after that, they really settled into things. But we'll see if that repeats itself here against a Legacy squad that I would say is definitely more potent than the Fluffy Aimers. Dumau coming around here, spots out Twist. They should be able to finish him off. They do. I thought Twist might be able to sneak another frag in there, but he doesn't. 4v4, 1 minute left on the clock, so a lot of time for Legacy to work with here, and they're deciding to move their way towards the B site, but the bomb is to join them.
The bomb will do so. But I was going to say Will Yek can die, but no, he's actually rotating in towards the support of A. So it's going to be Nap, and it's going to be Ultimate to try and defend this site. Where are the dualies? The dualies are not exactly in an ideal angle for the dualies. And now Ultimate is gone. Nap is blinded up, eliminated as well. This is working beautifully for Legacy. Liquid caught a little bit out of position, doubled up out towards long, and it did not work for them. Okay, hold on. There might still be something here. A little assassination off of the USP. Another set of dualies on JKS. Certainly worth committing, but obviously without a kit. Better get a move on. Ooh, hand spotted. A little bit wide there is Lato, but it has to all be Yekindar, and he's not got the chance. He wants them to chase just to try and get the kills. There was nothing worth saving on his person.
Well, all right, Legacy, good job taking that B site at the very least, and Liquid didn't offer much in terms of resilience there, I would say, trying to stop that advance, and at the end of it, you see the pistol round fall the way of Legacy. All of it, pistol rounds can be pretty 50-50, so I don't know if this is necessarily going to set the tone. That said, on Ancient against the Fluffy Aimers, if Liquid didn't win their pistol rounds, they would have been in a ton of trouble because they had a few rounds here and there where Fluffy Aimers were able to kind of gain some momentum. Right here, oh my goodness, he's 3 frags in probably 1 second, and the last one comes through for a 4K on his size. Barton gets one in the mix, and that round is over very quickly.
Blistering start here for Legacy, a team that at times is known for their slower play. They're going to get these first rounds dispatched quickly.
And also, just to note, Mike, in that previous BO3 for Legacy, the top fragger was Sadzin, far and above everyone else with 62 frags and an 83.3 ADR. He averaged a rating of 1.44 over the 3 maps as well. Definitely a player to watch, and, well, we talked about this before, but the A site can often be left very open in the early moments of Ancient rounds, and that's the case here.
I mean, it's understandable in this situation. You don't have a lot, so they're trying to maximize what the MP9s can do. You had a limited initial utility set. You basically full gambled that it was going to be a B play. You get some action in towards mid or B. Oh my goodness, JKS is getting a whole lot of action. Look at the damage. Dumau follows it up with second. It's going to be very tough for them to do much of anything at all. CZ wants to get into angles. Oh, that's a timely peek. Nades to soften him up, but Kindar will stay alive up until Lato finds the flank. So they can make this costly. They can make this expensive, and every SMG kill is a big reward into itself. They don't know about ultimate. Naf's shown a little bit of face, and that's actually was meant to maybe guys off ultimate's approach. But with the donut control now, it just won't matter. One kill. No more. They make it expensive, but it's not going to be a huge price for Legacy to pay.
Yeah, maybe with a little more util, it would have been more effective for Liquid. But again, that wasn't their full buy. That was just a half buy coming through where they saved enough money to save for this moment where they're going to have 3 M4s, probably 4 at the end of it. Or maybe Kindar's going to buy the op. Nope, not going to get the op for ultimate here. It's just going to be an MP9 and 3.7k saved. I wonder what the conversation is there, but all right. 3-0 in favor of Legacy as they're looking to make it 4-0, and the charge through mid by Liquid. 2 players all the way at the bottom, 3 now, and Yukindar pushes out into A main, finds the opener, could get a second here, and he does, maybe even a third. He's set up for it, and Yukindar runs out of bullets. Oh, Sadzine down to 17, and now Nikis is going to get taken down to dirt after finding Yukindar, but still it's a 4v2 for Liquid, make it a 4v1 now.
What do you got, Lato? What kind of magic you got? You got the first. Looking for Naf. Next contact. Shadow spotted, rather. That gives it away. Nice, quick processing there from Lato. Naf might regret making the individual move. His teammates aren't going to make the same mistake, but there's so much time, right? Eventually, they're going to have the awareness that he could come through A main. It's distinctly possible. And that's what Lato's going to choose. Taking Wild cleared out. Now you see that ultimate snapped over. The op on this fight should be quite potent. Molotov to limit the approach. 25 seconds. Have to get that bomb. Now they're fully focused in. And the op will find home. Nice try. Good damage. No round for Lato.
Yeah, that's a ton of damage by Yukindar, who, I mean, I questioned a little bit going for the MP9 situation when he had so much money available to him. But hey, look, it pays off. He's got money to spare for his teammates. He gets the 2K in the round, almost 3 if he didn't run out of bullets. And Liquid get a first round off of it. And again, wants that MP9. I guess it's because he wants to get aggressive into A main and take those close fights.
Yeah. He's the cave player more often than not for this team. Right now, he's going in towards A main, though, so this is a shift up.
Yeah.
With that MP9. Was playing cave in the previous series.
Yeah, he shifted it.
Seem to be a little bit more fluid on the spots. This B take has been stymied. Yekindar catches the lurk as well over in towards A main, and so now 2-on-4. Oh, they don't know about Naf, but he's got the USP out, and the USP was not the gun for the job. Sadzin under pressure, traded out. It all falls to Lato once more, but this time a little bit of an easier task, a 1v2. They've conceded him the bomb. They've given him the chance. Twist didn't want to get isolated.
I kind of like the idea, Mike, because, you know, you leave the bomb there. He's like, well, what do you mean? Why are you guys leaving the bomb here? I got to check. I got to see what's happening. So he's scared to pick it up. And now he's going all the way in towards CT.
Now he's cleared this. This is quite strange, to be honest.
He's still not convinced.
Wouldn't you be paranoid, though?
Of course. Yeah.
It's the poisoned chalice. It's too good to be true.
I mean, they're playing the mind game so well right now in Liquid, and they've got a pincer coming in, so Lato's going to have his hands full. Now he finally decides to stick the plant, but they spot him out. Actually, not even a spotter. That's just through the
No.
smoke. Lato goes down to 16, and they know he's right around here. He's trying to get away into cave, but
There's
probably
only
gonna be
one place
cleared.
he could have gone. Theoretically, I guess
Exactly.
maybe he could have timed him into that smoke by short. But now, I mean, now they get confirmation if they didn't already have it. Spam on, and it is on the money. Hadn't even gotten a tap on the bomb just yet. Uh-oh. There's no kit. There's no kit, but there is a twist. And that is all you need. Time enough for the defuse. Twists locks that in. They're not getting through these comfortably. But they are surviving.
Let's not forget, that was a 1v3 for Lato that he almost pulls off. It was well played, honestly, throughout the entire time in that round where he's going clearing. He had time to spare, so he says, okay, I might as well just go through into CT, clear out long B, make sure everything's safe. He even fakes the plant at a certain point to see if anyone's going to come out of cave. Doesn't happen, so well done, and even gets the spam through the panel. Almost pans out for him, but at the end of it, it will be a second round victory for Liquid. But again, we're seeing a lot of close rounds in the early goings here for Liquid here on Ancient. Lato popping out with his Deagle already to the top of ramp, and he's just a lurk here. In the meantime, Legacy are going to walk onto an empty A site. There will be some pressure put on from Donut by JKS, but good utility available for them. They should get a plant out of this, and they absolutely will. No one's going to challenge Barton at this point.
Looking to be true. Looking to be true. Ooh, missing the first shot as well. There's only so many opportunities. This is going to get really weird. This is going to get really feisty. There's no armor on these players, but they're going to battle forward. Here comes the motion. Flashbang stalling this out. Go. Kill's starting to stack up. Someone's got to get on that defuse. And Lato, can he stop this on the spam if he finds JKS?
Oh,
No, it's not to be. That is way too close for comfort for Liquid. That is pistols, no armor. Nearly scraping that throw.
I mean, yeah, look, they went for that early aggression to mid I was talking about. You have that 3-2 split between 3 on B and 2 on, 3 on mid and 2 on B, and that's what gets you into trouble if the T's decide to go for an early hit into A and you don't have anyone rotating around from either Donut or CT. And, well, I mean, they put themselves in a tough position. It was a 5v3, I think, at one point with so little time left on the bomb, and eventually they just had to send it, and almost Legacy were able to clutch it out in a round where they didn't have any business winning it. Of course, a bomb plant possible, but winning would have been unacceptable for Liquid, I think. They do get the round, though, so all is well. And a timeout going to be called by Legacy to talk things over as they got themselves a nice boost to their economy from that bomb plant and a full buy-up as a result.
Away we go. I'm still getting caught off guard by the jump throw noise being there for observers. It just keeps, every time it happens, it's like a jump scare for me.
Really?
Oh. Dumau with a perfect jump scare. Two coming his way, and look at this. This is the whole side of the map gone. All that's left are the B defenders, and Legacy are going to recognize it. 3 players killed in towards mid and window. This is free. Free as. Free bird. Free for all. Free. I'm running out of things.
I don't know, Mike.
It's
I
been a long
can't
day,
help
John.
you there. I think you used them all. No, it's fine.
It's been a long day.
Legacy, they've had a long day too, but they are going strong here. 4th round found up against Liquid. And I think one thing this qualifier has so far delivered is 2 very close series that we didn't expect in that first series of rounds. First series of BO3s. And now this one also starting off to be a pretty back and forth. I think Liquid just, I don't know, because they're playing a lot on, I guess, LAN, although they did play in the RMR qualifiers, no? Am I crazy? losing myself too here, Mike. No, yeah, they were playing a lot on LAN, and I think that's why the adjustment from LAN towards online is a little bit difficult at times, right? So I think that's what we're seeing right now for Liquid. There's much more of a peaker's advantage in online play, and I think the difference between online play and LAN play in CS2 is much starker than that of CS:GO.
Potentially there. Potentially there. But whatever it is, they're going to have to shake that off pretty darn quick. This has been really nice takes in towards mid. The flashbang usage, phenomenal from Legacy. But this time, Twists, his eyes clear. And out the smoke comes one Yekindar. Naf with the catch. Puts Barton back in. Oh, little lackadaisical in that peak. And leaves Sadzin all on his lonesome. Has the bomb at the very least. But he's getting flanked up.
Oh, that's tough. I mean, look, honestly, there probably should have been more awareness towards Catacombs in that situation. Twists farming away with the 3K, and Legacy not able to do much of anything with that buy-up after looking so convincing in the previous round. It just fell completely flat on that attempted A take, and all it took was actually having players on A for Liquid. They made that adjustment, as Legacy have been abusing that for a couple of rounds now. They say, okay, hold the phone here. We don't have to get as aggressive towards mid if they're going to keep doing that. And a great adjustment coming through on their side. So we head into round number 9. We're tied up again. There's still enough money in the bank accounts of Legacy to get a buy up through. Features more Galils than they'd like, but that's still very serviceable. JKS, in the meantime, continues this A main aggression that was seen by Yekindar earlier on. He's going to get the opener, finds the follow-up. Is he going to re-peek for a third? It looks like he wants to, and he doesn't get it. Sadzin will find the trade finally, but it's still a man advantage for Liquid.
They're looking to keep it that way. Seems like it's going to be the B players who are tested. Bomb's still on the other side of the map, though, so this is a little confusing to read on the Legacy side. Ultimate, though, he doesn't need to read. He just needs to shoot.
I think he needs to read. To an extent?
Don't have to read the kill feed if you're the one doing all the killing. I'll tell you that. Speaking of killing... Oh, Twists nearly locking that one down. It's Lato, the late round man, again. He's done some magic. What can he bring us here? Not a lot.
Not a good smoke.
I think it was a flash.
Yeah, it was a flash. You're right. Fix the plant.
What? Oh,
gets one.
All right.
No.
Nav was a little closer, but I like the idea on the fake plants. I like it.
All right. We go into it. Round number 10 here. Liquid finally have a lead for themselves. See how far they can stretch that, if at all. But it looks like here Legacy are just going to go for the pistol round. So this is a prime opportunity for Liquid to stretch that lead to 2 rounds. They got the AWP, the AK, 2 M4s, the MP9 for Yekindar again, and it looks like Yekindar has shifted up back to that similar, familiar position, I should say, Mike, that we were talking about, in towards Cave with the MP9. He's favored that for the close range engagements every single time, and I can't really blame him for it. Naf waiting here with the smoke. Twist gets one. Barton trades him out, and then Dumau finds Naf. This is problematic for the B side. It's going to get overloaded by Legacy. Yekindar's trying to strike, but Ultimate's gone too. Yekindar's the only one within striking distance now of a potential bomb plant in a 4v2 for Legacy.
Oh, boy. This is an abject disaster. I mean, these players still don't have armor, so the retake is distinctly possible, but how did it come to this? And where's the kit? There's a kit right by him. Ah, there it is. There's the upgrade. They don't fancy it. They don't fancy it. They're allowing this round over. Unarmored pistols bulldozing their way into sight. Deegs connecting. K-Ota indeed. As that is going to be a very tough one for Liquid to swallow. Ay, ay, ay.
Hard to explain how that one even happens, really, because Legacy just walked out there and are hitting deagle shots, which is fine. Respect to them for hitting some nice shots, but Liquid should have been able to respond or adapt in some way because they have the huge advantage. Not to mention, there's no body armor coming through for the most part on the Legacy side. That's a weird one. And as I was trying to say before the round started, it was the opportunity for Liquid to separate themselves from Legacy a little bit, but it feels like they can't do that against any of their opponents today in the first halves of action. Ultimate taking a lot of damage to get this position and then just, okay, backs off of it for a moment. I was going to say he's going to give it up, but no, he's going to hold the line. Oh, that nade can finish him off. It does. Oh, that's such a shame for Ultimate. Doesn't even have a chance to really fire his gun.
That's the risk you take. Oh, boy, and Sadzin is dealing out more risks in turn. This is looking pretty dire for Liquid already. Look at the utility. They've just got very little. It's all on JKS. And he's the A anchor, so there's nothing to stall things out here on B. It has to just be the guns. It has to be the individuals shining, or it's not going to happen. Nikis has looked out on towards A and found nobody home. So he's calling his teammates over. Says, make your way on in. No need to deal with the B site. We will hunt for exits once that bomb has ticked away. 6 rounds at a minimum here for Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can hunt up some of these guns, it'll make it a lot easier to envision a 7th. I like how they're still just taking all of their possible time in this rotation.
Yeah.
In case there's a guy in Donut. Which could be, to be fair. Nikis did go through the catacombs, so Donut, distinctly a possibility.
Gotta be methodical. Don't want to get caught off guard, especially considering the advantage that they have in their hands right now. And Liquid, of course, as we already alluded to, are not going to move a muscle. They are already committed to the save, given how those first 2 frags came through. And Legacy, they don't want to hunt too much either, I guess, because their money for Dumau, Barton, and Nikis isn't that great. But I imagine there'll be at least a little bit of a hunt coming through, because you take these guns out of the hands of Liquid, it is so very bad for them. And yeah, JK is going to spot out one, pulls out the nade, but his teammate goes down in the process. Nade does some damage, but they're going to have to get fragged soon. They get overloaded. Lato comes in on the flank, and it's all down to Twist. I don't think a gun's getting saved. What? Twist gets a 3K! How? What? And he gets the 4th as well! That's absurd. I don't even know how he pulls that off.
Nearly the ace. I think he probably would have traded all 4 of those kills, though, to be able to keep his M4 into this one.
I mean,
so
not important frags, Mike, but still.
Worth the price. Well worth the price here for Legacy. They got a full buy. We got our last round, and it's MP9s across the board for Liquid. As this ancient half might just be ending with a bit of a whimper. So they're going to go for aggression because you have to with these SMGs. You got to get frisky. And what other man to do it? Well, Lato. I was going to say Yukindar. He flies into the fight, as he is wont to do. Ultimate's able to trade it out. Can't land the 2nd kill with the Deeg. So Naf right back into the same angle. One by one, they feed on in, and death is what they find. Twist alone. He's waiting for this Nikis lurk, as has come so many times, but Nikis will get the better of him, and we move to the half. Second half underway here, and it's Legacy holding on to the lead on their map pick. A stunning late half eco win leads to now a pretty strong position to play from, and Liquid very much on the back foot. Heavy util investment, though, for Liquid. Seems like that's going to take them towards A.
There's that smoke going to get tossed for CT and one for Donut. It's actually a pretty good setup here coming through from Liquid, as they're going to execute onto a site with two players waiting here. One on the boxes and one behind the smoke. They pop out at the same time, but only one frag a piece. Now it's going to be Naf gaining the advantage here for Liquid. It should lead to a bomb plant, but Nikis is already here over in the catacombs. Going to pop out, maybe get a headshot. No, he gets headshotted by Twist, and now a 4v2.
And you've got this late elbow lurk as well from Yekindar. That's to clear out Donut, give them comfort in where they're playing from. But Barton and Lato, these young guns, striking quick. Here we go. Kit retrieved as well. There's plenty of time for that defuse. They're just so lightning fast in that retake. It was a tough spot. It's a stronghold position from Liquid. Frankly, I think from the macro perspective, Liquid played it really well. They just got headshot.
They just got outplayed, Mike. Yeah, they played it well. Positioning was good, but the shots were better from Legacy. Wow, that is great for Legacy. They win both pistol rounds. They've got the 8-5 lead here. Looking to convert off of this one. Liquid did get the bomb plant, though, so it will be a couple of Galils, Tech 9, and 2 Mac 10s coming through. And if there's ever a time where Liquid could win a surprising round, I think they'd want it to be here. Dumau into that Molotov, and he gets ventilated by Ultimate's Galil. Twist also finds the keys. Here we go.
Here we go, indeed. Full mid control conceded. You can see Barton adjust back to deal with that, just in case they're going all the way through the red. It seems like they're redoubling their efforts on towards B, and that means it's all about Lato. Lato does get that kill, but at the cost of so much of his health. So he's going to back away, play a little bit more passive. If they just explode in towards this site, there's not a whole lot that Legacy could do to deny a bomb plant.
Yeah.
Retake util, they've got the kit, but there's not a whole lot else. Here comes the smoke. And a second. This should be a free and clear site for the taking.
Yeah, I mean, Legacy's obviously got the read that they're going in this direction. They're going to try spamming the smoke, but I'd be surprised if anything connects. It will not. A little bit of spam now does get JKS down to 74, but he's still very healthy. And I imagine a save is going to be called.
Yeah, there's so much value to be had if you bring 3 rifles into the next round, and there's just nothing to facilitate an actual retake. So Liquid do win the reset round. They win the second round here. With the 3-gun save, we're going to go right back. So we're in the force buy wars. We are firmly into the force buy wars here, John.
Absolutely. And I mean, like you said, the next round won't really be much of a force buy for Legacy because they're going to have the 3 rifles, presumably, if they save them. I shouldn't say like that like it's a foregone conclusion, because Ukindar could catch someone if they decide to mosey along in his direction, but they will not. So, as mentioned, 3 rifles still afforded by Legacy. Yes, Dumau and Nikis are going to be a little bit tight for cash. Mike, I don't even know if they're going to force up, to be honest. Looking at the money, okay, they do. Nikis is going to get a P250, and Dumau will also be upgrading himself, I imagine, to a 5.7. There it is. And I think they're getting dropped guns as well, so it should be okay. Liquid on the other side, they're going to walk out with 3 rifles, make that a 4th, because Nav upgraded to a FAMAS, and Twist on the Mac 10. Another critical round. Lato, opener, pushing through the smoke, out of Jaguar, and Barton gets the follow-up onto Naf.
You trust the rifles in these hands. The young guns delivering, as they have so consistently here for Legacy. And now, once again, it's Liquid in trouble. Twist's kind of stuck, doesn't know if a player's still in the corner. JKS working the other side of the map, but where do you go? How do you connect the dots? Flashbang over, that confirms the players here. It's going to put the K players on high alert. But Lato and Dumau will stick to their guns. This double setup right in the mouth of the cave. Right by Jaguar. It's looking strong. Did call Barton over. And here comes a timely peek, but a headshot back the other way. A follow-up here. They didn't expect a second out of bullets, but the sidearm proves enough. It was a team kill.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was a team kill onto JKS, and Sadzin can finish it off.
I mean, it's quite clear that the struggles are kind of continuing for Team Liquid. It was kind of the case on the first map of this qualifier when they were facing off against the Fluffy Aimers, and now here they only have 6 rounds, and Legacy continue to punish them. And it feels like Liquid should have been able to bring more to the table in that one, but they couldn't. Now they're going to be able to get a couple of AKs, probably JKS on the Galil, so he can get some utility, and Yukindar are likely on the Mac 10, maybe even less than that to get the full body armor. Could just be on a pistol. But wow, that is very much a gut punch for Liquid, who can't gain any momentum here. And it all kind of started to unravel a little bit when it was 5-4 in their favor and they were going up against those pistols. You thought, okay, they're going to get their 6th tier. They're going to start to pull away from Legacy. That didn't happen. They lose that round. And since that point, they've lacked that conviction in their play.
There have been some serious struggles against some of the softer buys. But they've got one of their own right now.
Yeah.
So, if the pistols are working, maybe a little bit of that magic will be here for Liquid. And if not, well, time to think about Inferno. This does feel like a round with a lot of importance right now. If you lose here, you realistically get one more good rifle round.
Yeah.
So what can they cook? Well, they can cook full B-site control. I think the bomb might be a little tougher, but Twist does get one before going down. Problem is Lato and Barton are now on the scene, and they are so very deadly, as we have seen. Dancing around the pillar on the totem pole. It comes down to the 2v2. There's no smoke to cover this off, but there are guns!
What?
Oh, and there is a JKS! And he's all you need!
What, JKS? You gotta be kidding me. I don't know how he wins that first fight. And then the follow-ups as well. It felt like Legacy, a trade was almost certainly coming through, but no. JKS sits them all down to the ground. And there's a 7th out of nothing from Liquid. It looked like Legacy were just going to walk away with that. Liquid didn't have the util to really take that site control. So yes, they gained some forward positioning, but they can't isolate the fights towards Long B or in Cave. So they lose a couple of bodies. It feels like Legacy are putting the pressure on enough to take care of business, but there's JKS who saves the day. And now a full-on mid push coming through from Legacy with just the pistols. The round's already over as I'm talking. 8th found for Liquid. Wow. What a turnaround, Mike. Felt like we'd see curtains for sorry, it was going to be curtains for Liquid, and Legacy were going to start really separating themselves, but no.
Yeah. I mean... all you needed was that one force buy win. All you needed was that one breakthrough, right?
Yeah.
Now faith has been redoubled. There's energy once more. The economy's on the ropes. It's that brutal aspect of the CT side. All it takes is one good break of the eco, and then you might just never get it back all the way. Whoa. Bold. Dry swing in. Dumau ready for it. And so A main will be held for a moment, and a man advantage early on here for Liquid. Yukindar has had more success this time around than he was feeling against the Fluffy Aimers, but it still does feel like Ancient is not his greatest comfort map.
No. Yeah, definitely not. There's a clear struggle for him here on the map, and I think that might be why they tried to switch him up into A main, and he did have success, but afterwards he went back to his usual position, and JKS was taking care of business in A main. Dumau should be able to get this, yeah, pretty easy for him, in fact. Twist down in a heap. Barton manages to get another one, but Naf strikes back for 2. That could yield a plant towards B if Naf realizes how close Nikis is, but he doesn't. So that means that JKS is all by himself, left to his own devices. Did get a 3K in the previous round. I should say the previous gun round. So we'll see if he can do it again here in a much tougher clutch.
Doesn't have a ton of time to spare. That's another problem here. 20 seconds. Oh, he's seen one. I think he's going to get a bomb plant out of this. No, they'll risk it. They'll run through. Sadzin denies. Heads up play from him. Recognizing the circumstance, recognizing that he just needed to pull him off once, even if he'd lost his life there, the ramp player then would have been in position to eliminate him. So, nicely done. Heads up play. And Legacy find double digits first.
All right. The seesaw ride continues as Legacy will have to wait out this timeout called by Liquid, who do have another opportunity with the buy-up that's coming through here to continue keeping things close. It'll be 3 AKs, a Galil, and an Op. Ultimate and JKS do not really have enough for util. I would say JKS maybe should be able to buy up a couple of pieces if he wants to, or maybe just wants to keep the economy. I don't see why he'd want to maintain that. So yeah, he is going to buy up a smoke and a nade, and here we go. Timeout's over. Liquid have talked things over. Let's see what Twists decides to call.
Dumau misses his jump.
What?
And Ultimate finds him over the smoke as he hops around. What? What was that flick with a no-scope? The gun barrel was practically on his temple. Thought he was dead to rights, but Ultimate had other things in mind. Ooh, we haven't had a good Ultimate highlight in far too long, and that's a blinder from the kid.
Wow. That was crazy. Just flicking around a reflex no-scope shot. Barton and Sadzine still standing. Sadzine a chance to punish, but can't get anything. He splits the difference. Barton now in a 1v4 spamming the commons plant spot and actually gets one onto JKS, so this one's not over just yet as Barton.
They're leaving.
Are they really going to leave?
They're leaving. Yeah, absolutely. They know where he is. He's CT. The bad man can't hurt them if they don't go A. So they are going to leave. Ultimate's holding the line.
Mike.
And it's all good.
It's fine. They have time.
Look, this, oh boy, he got out the window. Okay, that timing could have gotten a little less than comfortable. But Twists will make sure there's no more damage out from Barton. So 1 round the gap again. The money gone for Legacy. It's going to be probably a purchase here. It's looking like a double eco for a couple of players. They could go ultra conservative, but it's a tough spot, and they want to discuss the finances. So Legacy coming in with the timeout. Explosive play from the Tomka Hawk missile himself. Netted that round. It's been a quieter map for Ultimate. Liquid would very much like to see him explode back into the server.
Yeah, that would help them find success here on Ancient for sure if he continues to make plays like that one. And you're seeing here, it will be the force buy coming through from Legacy. As you mentioned, a double eco situation. So they say, okay, well, let's send it. See if it works out for us. Lotto with the UMP-45, 2 SMGs, and 2 pistols. Not the greatest of buy-ups for Legacy. They do have a good chunk of util, such as help them out help them stave Liquid off for a little bit, but Liquid a significant advantage here. I say that, but I feel like every time this has happened that Liquid have found a way to drop the ball.
It happened some of the more challenging rounds. Heavy presence here in towards mid. Spam ineffective outside of cave, but does confirm the MP9 purchases. It's more of an MP27 type of situation. This is a pretty meaty crosshair to step into. They're going to try and condense, and there are 2 players here to hold, so at least for the moment, they will prevail. Prevent any major problems. And the swing back in, ineffective, but Ultimate eventually does find that kill as we settle on Nekiz's 5-7 in Donut. It's not the feeling you want in a donut, John. Personally, I'm a fan of chocolate cream. Not so much lead.
I don't think anyone's a fan of lead in their donut, Mike.
Jelly donut? Great. 5-7 donut? Not so delicious, but Twist will
No,
be
it's
given a full serving of it. Ultimate's now in a really bad spot, and down he goes. Off to be retrieved, but can it get away? Do they
No
let him get
way.
away? They've got an HE. Pick your
No
poison.
way.
There ain't no way you're escaping.
Yeah, it's impossible. Nikis was trapped. 3 players staring down at him. The nade sails in, and then it's just the bullets to finish him off. 10-10. We are all tied up. It was a 9-7 legacy lead. Sorry, 9-6 legacy lead. And then Liquid just struck back with 2 rounds very, very quickly. The second one after that was so fast because they just went for an all-out brawl towards mid, and it was over before it started on the eco. And now Legacy on another save round. They're going to have 4 USPs and the P250. Charging out towards a main. JKS can be in a little trouble here. I mean, a good spray down will take care of business here. But yeah, there you go. He only gets 2. AK drop. Barton manages to pick that up off the ground. They know they're pushing out now, though. Twist comes to support. Ultimate as well. This should be done. It absolutely is. Liquid fend them off. 11th round.
For all this work, for all this effort, for all the massive late round plays from Lotto, all the big pop-off moments, it may all be for naught. They're going to get one last hurrah. This is the full investment. This is everything being bet, all the chips pushed into the middle of the table to try and keep Liquid off of map point. It's a good buy to show for it. But it better be a good execution as well. Yakindar sticking to the SMG is interesting as well. Trying to play fast tip of the spear. It's a rapid play on in, and we see why. Mac 10 effective, but they can't get the follow-up. Oh, Molotov's burning. Sadzin on fire. But there's still one more by the cave. Do they expect it? It's Neki's instead on the spam. Not the spam. Exposed angle out here. Who makes it happen. And they still have to contend with the cave. There's another smoke to be deployed, but they don't know. They've lost track of Lotto, and he's going to punish them for that with 2.
That is a tough one for Liquid. A little sloppy on that execute, overlooking the spots. I mean, Sadzin probably could have had, I think it was Sadzin anyway at the beginning. We could have a third at the end of it. If it wasn't for the Molotov, his shots were more on point. And I think the Molotov was guising off vision a little bit for Liquid because it felt like they couldn't track him through it. Anyway, doesn't matter. Legacy are able to get an 11th. We're tied up again, and we're going the full 24. Flashbang going to get tossed by Dumau as he tries to take this mid control. 2 players barreling down in this direction. 1 on A, anchoring that down. That is Sadzin with the AWP. Yakindar tries to go for an opening fight, this time with the rifle, and the result is actually worse than it was with the SMG as he falls immediately.
Oh, that's temptation. But Afama's not really the gun for the job. The AK a little bit more effective from Bard. So man advantage maintained. Bomb still needs to be guarded here by Naf. He's low HP. The Molotov does its work. Flushes out the prey. Now with numbers evened up, this gets interesting. I don't think they expect the op to still be in Donut. What's the X factor here?
Not.
If they actually pinched Donut through A, this would be a really tough spot, but obviously that's a hell of a read. Double swing. Good trade. Opens up the middle of the map. Naf slowly making his way over. All the focus right now is on Twist, but you know they have to be wondering, where is the bomb?
Yeah.
And actually, they seem to know that Sedzin's here. Or at least that it's a distinct possibility.
think it's more an inkling that he's in the vicinity here. Twist's going to make a lot of noise, so Sadzine probably going to hear him soon. Smoke going to get thrown, though, so Sadzine isolated. Yeah, they were very aware of the fact a player could be donut. That means a bomb plant's going to come through, but still very low HP on these
Doesn't matter,
last two
though.
players. Only 59 HP combined, Mike.
It's all about the headshots. It's all about the headshots. Sadzine going to the rifle, recognizing that these players are low. Smokey gives him cover. He's just trying to get on the stick. I think the bomb's not planted for him, so I won't net it. Oh, Naf finds the headshot. That's all it needs to be. Lato confirms his presence. Wants to get on the stick. Bomb isn't there for Twists.
I don't think
Has to make a move, and there might be some panic, but no, not at all. Ice in his veins, and map point secured for Liquid.
Oh my goodness, when Legacy watched that one back on the demo, they are going to be kicking themselves because of how low Liquid was and the advantage that they had both in terms of firepower and manpower. But good on Naf and his teammate coming through there doing a fantastic job of securing that 12th round and getting Liquid map point when it looked like it wasn't going to be possible. So now one opportunity for Liquid to close out Ancient. Otherwise, we're headed to overtime. Legacy, it's not that great of a buy. I mean, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Niki's pushing up with a 5-7. Good flashbang thrown. Can he get one? He does. I can't believe it. And then Sadzine pitches from the other side to get a follow-up. They've got upgrades at their feet. Yakindar at least gets one onto Dumau, but they know Legacy have pushed up in this direction. Naf managed to make it even numbers at a 3v3. The bomb is still all the way near the back of, I would say, T-spawn almost.
That's the problem. Now, obviously, Legacy don't know about this, but it's going to have to pull one of these crosshairs off and out of position. Damage, though. Look at the health. It all falls to a very wounded Nikis. And they do know at least where Nikis was. And Naf will know where he is. In the dirt, in the ground, out of Ancient, because Liquid have claimed it. Legacy took them the absolute distance. Honestly, that seemed like Legacy's map for so long. But Liquid scrape it through. And that's all they need, John.
I still feel like it was in Brazil, so I think that Liquid's experience here should reign supreme, and they should have a much better time here on this map than they had in Ancient. But I remember saying that on Mirage for that first half, Mike, and it looked very back and forth against the Flamers until they did take control in that second half.
We'll see. And I think the thing that's been most impressive about Legacy is they're tough to put away, right?
Yes,
rounds that should be gimmies, they make expensive. Late round situations, Lato pulled off some heroics. You got some force buy wins. You got some rounds that Liquid definitely shouldn't be losing that suddenly get away from them. They're tenacious on the Legacy side.
That they are. And they also did a good job of taking pistol rounds.
That they do. It's going to be a banana play. The aggression not paying off. There we go. Okay. Neki's defending. Going to back away. And while he will find one, that's now put them in a pretty compromised position here for the B defense. Sadzin is starting to rotate over, but in the meantime, Twist has found space out towards long, so he might actually just be calling his teammates over. The utility's a fake. Twist is all the way through. Which, interestingly, they're not actually going to pinch in towards B with this space. They're going to hit A. Do they expect the pit player? They don't have the molly anymore. But now they know, and Naf will dispatch, and now, big trouble on. No getting away from this. An unarmored Lato against the world, and he's just going to play for exits.
Yeah, I mean, a pretty easy read there from Sadzine as he dropped the gun, and obviously he was just trying to get something with more bullets in it, but there was a player right around that corner. It was Twist. He took care of business. Lato is just fading off, hoping to get some damage and frags, and there we go, an additional $300 at least added to his bank account, but I mean, I think that's all he's going to get. Probably Liquid just going to try and chase him down for a frag, for stats, and there's Ultimate getting the last one. It will make it 1-0 for Liquid, so they take this pistol round. Legacy are going to force up. It's it's going to be 5.7s across the board. You usually see a deagle or something else in the mix there, but it's all the 5.7s, and I cannot really blame them because it's 20 rounds apiece, so it's 100 bullets available before you have to reload across the entire team.
Doing the math on what the total number here is. Oh, that's how I know it's been a long day. It is taking me way too long to do math. It's the 25-35? Have I bungled that?
For what?
No, I've done the math. For 5.57s. 25-35.
I don't know. I think I'm a little lost here, Mike, as to what you're alluding to.
Twitch chat gets it. Someone in Twitch chat gets it.
Okay. I hope
5
so.
times 5 times and 5 times 7. It's the 25-35 buy.
Oh my god. I can't believe that, Mike. Oh my god.
Oh boy!
Dumau,
And what it is 3
combined,
kills
though.
in quick succession. An absolute chaos. Pandemonium. Ultimate Elise is taking this side of the map, but Yankee, you better get over here. Yankee, you better get over here. Better link up with your teammate because they're trying to chase you down. Good line hold from Ultimate for the moment. Smokes don't actually have to cross Dumau. Dumau will try the spam and plenty of time to get the numbers punched in before this banana flank comes through.
Whew. Nice job with the MAC-10 there by Ultimate. 2v2. Legacy do have a Galil picked up off the ground, and that's going to be actually Barton getting you Kindar. It's all down to Ultimate with the MAC-10. I mean, do they have a kit? They don't, so we can buy time, but no, it's not enough. They will get the defusal, and Legacy win the force buy with the 5.7s bought up, or the 25-35s, as Mike aptly put it, because Team Liquid are going to fall to those pistols. Unbelievable stuff there by Legacy, and again, like these types of rounds, Liquid letting them fall by the wayside, and this time it happens very, very quickly.
Actual madness, the 25-35.
That's what that round is now going to be coined as. I finally got it, Mike. It took me too long, honestly.
It's getting late. It's getting late. You can imagine how it's weighing on the players as well. Although, I actually don't know where in the country Legacy are. I know Liquid are West Coast in their LA facility. I think Legacy are probably Dallas? Do we know where they are? Are they in the US or are they in Monterey?
I'm not sure.
Got questions. Where's the team house? Someone will give us answers. Someone will do. Let's see if they can bring this one back, actually. The Keys gets his bell rung. Man advantage for Liquid. We're definitely not out of the force buy wars yet. There's still a minute 10 on this clock, so even though the smokes are going down, they're all depleted now. All the choke point utility is gone. There's no mollies. There's no smokes. When Liquid decide where they want to group up and hit, there could be some serious problems here. Biggest vulnerability is going to be on towards B. But right now, it just seems to be Yakindar throwing a fake and overexposing himself. He will get caught. Spam through that smoke. Oh, the jiggle. JKS is just waiting for a head to be served on a silver platter, but he may have waited too long. He's lost his teammate. As a result, goes in for the execution. But now, they got to contend with Barton on the site, and they can do no such thing.
That's just weird, man. Like, Liquid had all that space up arch side, and JKS loses his teammate, even though he probably should have taken that fight a little bit sooner. And then once he does, so much damage from the headshot down to 7 HP. That's, again, another tough one for Liquid. Legacy are going to take the round. Second one in a row for them, looking to make it 3 in a row, and it shouldn't be that difficult now as they're only up against Glocks and a P250. Nothing else purchased up by Liquid, and there's those nades. Oh my goodness, this is going to be tough. Incendiary comes through. Dumau putting the pressure on. Another nade toss forward, and there's the frag onto JKS. There's no way Liquid gets out of this situation.
Well, it's the greatest P250 round you've ever seen happens. No, it's looking dire. I mean, unarmored pistols, Just not expecting to do much. Well, let's see. Keys collects the first. Some potential with the A1S to simply run out of bullets if they throw enough at you. But Sadzin is there to reinforce, and it's no problem. So 3 rounds on the board for Legacy. The guns will come back out for Liquid, though. We'll see if they can crack this one on through.
Well, we'll have to see. Honestly, it's looked anything but convincing for Liquid throughout this qualifier so far. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see a team upset them, whether it be here against Legacy or perhaps further on into the qualifier, whether they go to the lower bracket or into the grand finals. We'll see. Dumau charging up here towards Banana. He's got the MP9, excuse me, and he gets eliminated by Yakindar. A little overzealous there, although Yakindar's down to 1 HP, and oh my goodness, there it is. Second time's a charm. Lato gonna finish off Yakindar, so now we're even at a 4v4, and Nikis and Lato are both stacked up here. I don't think Liquid are gonna expect 2 more players here, and they absolutely do not. Twist and Ultimate deleted. 4v2 for Legacy.
The catastrophic top banana fight. There's time to cook still for JKS and Nav. 2 strong late game players. That's a nice nade. Barton thought he was backing away from it. He actually just caught it on his chin. Sadzin goes down. That pit player's in trouble. It's a big if, though. Playing it very safe. Does eventually falter. Now they know. Ooh, didn't have spot.
I think so.
I think so. Should know. I'm not sure he does, though. Has the right idea. Drops down into mini pit. Barton's stuck here. Player out towards Moto. But yeah, he's not prepared. Lost track of him. The patience from Barton pays off, and there's just not enough time. There's not enough time. It's not a possibility. It is a 4th for Legacy.
What is happening here for Liquid? I mean, that is just very difficult. I mean, first of all, you're already in a 2v4 situation that shouldn't have really happened the way it did for Liquid. And then, I don't know. I guess he didn't see him. I'm not sure, because his head was clearly visible to us. So there was a moment in time where should have been able to spot him, but it doesn't happen. And then he gets overcome by that pit player. After that, they can't really do much else because it's a 1v3 and there's no time left. So Liquid, after getting the pistol round, have seen nothing else, and it's only going to get worse, it seems. Dumau going to get the opening frag onto Twists. Armor and pistols bought up by Liquid, but they're saving for the next round. Outside of that, man, well, that next round might arrive sooner rather than later. It's already a 5v2, now a 4v2 as JKS blindsides Nikis and upgrades himself to an AK, but they still need to get some space here gained in towards either bomb site. And, well, JKS is gone now, leaving it all to Yakindar, who doesn't have the bomb on his back yet.
No. And doesn't have a path. Once he does secure it, at least he'll be allowed to grab it. This would be improbable, to say the least. Start of this map has been frustrating, I'd imagine, for the Liquid players. There is a path here through the halls. But if he comes out Boiler, don't think he's going to love what he finds. Shot in the back! And no chance at the round.
All right, so here we go. This is when it starts for Liquid, more than likely. AKs across the board, full util. Let's see what they decide to call here. Need to look a little more coordinated, more of what we saw, I would say, in the first round, right? This round went well, and even the second round, for a moment, it looked like they were doing pretty decently, and then they got shut down by the 5-7s. I don't know. It's just been so very rough for Liquid. Let's see if they can get something back here. Nade's going to get Yakindar down to 41 now. Sadzine waiting with the op, standing in the Molotov, and it's worth it. He gets the shot onto Ultimate 5v4 in favor of Legacy. Yakindar continue to hang around, trying to spam through that smoke and connect on scene. Oh, the lineup for Lato gets it onto JKS. Naf pauses a little too long because, okay, finally does get the trade, but still, that was a little risky. Lato is going to fall. The problem is it's still a significant HP advantage here for Legacy. Niki's waiting in Boiler. Naf clears it. Oh, he double takes, and it's too late. Niki's makes it a 4v2 again.
Feels like a lot of the micro details aren't here for Liquid. Just some less than disciplined clears, some sloppy corner rounding, just little things that Legacy are doing a great job of punishing. 45 seconds on the clock. Kindar wary of a potential banana push coming through. But it's really Barton in the pit they would have to tango with. 30 seconds. I think he might be trying to sell some presents. No. They'll double up their efforts. They'll try and make a play towards A. They've got a Molotov for the pit. Barton could be vulnerable here. And if he goes down, distinctly a possibility. Here's that Molotov. Barton swings and gives up his life. Bomb going to be planted. There will be a chance at this clutch. He's wary that someone else is here, but eventually has to get these numbers punched in. No time to spare. And there it is. Bomb money secured, at the very least for Liquid. What can Yekindar do? Yeki advancing. If he goes for the loop, if he goes for the wrap, he's getting a little bold on towards this moto fight. Wants to take the initiative. Never a passive player. Oh, he's done so. He's gotten off the site. He's gotten off the spot. They might not expect this. Cleared out pit. Put a smoke down. He's got the lineup spotted the second as well. Knows he's deeper in towards the site. Knows he's on the bomb. Oh, he's pulled him off.
What?
Footsteps were enough. Footsteps were enough. Dumau heard it. And now he knows he has to stick. Just one more pull. One more pull. And that's enough. There's not enough time for this defuse. I don't believe. And the bomb's going to go off. Yekindar has done it. He has clutched this out.
Honestly, great job by Yakindar, honestly, to clutch that one out. But still, I thought if Dumau stuck that, maybe he would have been able to pull it off. I know Yakindar's pushing up, but you didn't necessarily have the angle right away, and he'd have to go around the box. Maybe he would have whiffed a spray. I don't know. If I'm Dumau, I'm chancing that, and, well, it doesn't happen. And finally, somehow, some way, a round swings the way of Liquid as they get themselves a second timeout going to be called because, yeah, they definitely need to talk things over to see how they can improve moving forward, as that one cost them a lot of money. Looking on the other side, Legacy still healthy enough to get a full buy up here. Sadzine's already had his impact both here and in the previous map. He's up to 7, and Barton leading the charge with 8. We go into it. 8th round of play. Liquid, as mentioned, their money not pretty. 3 Galils, 2 AKs. Not even full util available to them. Molotov and smoke going to get tossed forward. Not sure if that smoke missed the mark or not from the Liquid side as it lands on their side instead of the opposite one. Anyway, Yakindar, again, down low early, down to 34 HP. Sadzine the opener onto JKS, who tried to slip through, but it doesn't happen. I'm not even sure if Sadzine saw him, or if that was just a random spam, or shot through the smoke, I should say, with the op. Either way, it will be another man advantage early for Legacy.
Had a lot of these. It's been Liquid on the back foot more often than not.
Yeah, even on Ancient.
These sort of milling early rounds have not knitted them a lot. Got this top banana control, so the natural response is then go and take brackets presence. But if they go around in towards short, they're going to find that op. Going to find the business end of it. Nick, he's pulling away. Anticipating the B play, actually pulling off at a really inopportune time because now the hit's coming through. It's going to be on to Sadzine. What's he got? He's missed his first shot. Got a tag, actually, on towards Twist. And now out by the truck. One goes forward. It's messy, but it's good. It's so very good for the op. Another clutch required. This one even tougher. Bomb going to get planted. So money secured again. And Yeki will opt to go towards the AWP. Fighting in. Was the scope heard? I believe it would have been. Snath will know to play in the numbers. There's the spot. Definitely confirmation here. He knows it's just a matter of time. Molotovs to harass Harry. 9 HP. One more kill. Honestly, maximizing the opportunity, but at this point, maximizing the moment. Doesn't really matter if you can't win the round.
Yeah, and I mean, again, Yakindar had taken all that damage at the beginning of the round, so he's left in a situation where he picks up the up, knows it's a 1v3, but something crazy has to happen. And while he does get that one, just not even close to enough. Legacy played that very well and very patiently. So already up to 6, 4-round lead for them. And if they get this next one, it'll be the biggest lead that either team has had throughout this series so far. Looking at Liquid, there's a half buy. 3 Mac 10s, 2 Tech 9s. Very serviceable. Twist could get one here quickly, and there it is. Jumping through the air. It's in fact Ultimate blinded with the Tech 9 getting that. Twist charging in towards Mini Pit. Finds a follow-up. They've got a sight.
And here you go. Decisive action. Faster play, lesser weaponry, but faster maneuvers. We're 30 seconds into the round, and the round's over. Bomb's going down. That does mean Liquid will be back on the board. Still an opportunity to knot things up here in the first half, here on their T side. This will certainly go a long way to doing it. And some of these late round heroics for Yeki now mean that the money is not really there for Legacy. They really want to hang on to these guns. There's a lot of utility as well in these players. Everyone they lose would be a bit of a catastrophe.
I think it's worth it to go for the chase on Liquid's side, but well, they do have one player charging up. It's Ultimate, and he's dead. Sadzine taking care of business. I'm surprised that the Mac 10 Tech 9s don't go all in on that because you didn't really invest much into the round anyway, so you might as well try it. But, you know, Legacy are able to save those 3 guns, Liquid playing it more conservatively. And now Naf is the one onto the SMG in this round. 4 rifles around him. Liquid want to get up to a 4th, speaking of which. There's that jump throw for Legacy, getting that immediate mid smoke. And I think they want to charge and get aggressive. Yeah, 3 players going out into alt mid, and it catches Naf completely off guard, and JKS as well. 5v3 in favor of Legacy. Twist dips his toes into the Molotov. That takes down to 75, and now he's down to 0. Lato finding Ultimate. This is all Legacy all the time. Yeki, again, the last one standing.
This one feels too much to ask. I mean, he doesn't even have bomb control. Would have to cover so much ground just to get back to the C4. And as soon as he rounds this, yeah, not going to happen. No way, no how. Too much has been asked of the man. So it's going to be back down to a bit of a weird buy here for Liquid. There is cash in reserve. Actually, this is pretty dang good. But, man, the victories have been few and far between here on the T side of Inferno. They have been struggling mightily to get a read on Legacy.
I mean, and not to mention, if you look at the stats for Liquid, they do win the majority of the rounds on T side. So this becomes even more problematic heading into the second half for the Liquid squad. Barton is going to get right around that nade. Doesn't take any damage. Yakandar, again, charging down Banana. Hasn't had much success here. Flashbang going to get tossed as he throws the smoke. And then a smoke in return. The counter util is strong from Legacy, and they push them back all the way. Nikis finds the opener onto JKS. I mean, I feel like Legacy has had the opening frag in probably, I'd say 70-80% of the rounds. It's
Does
just
feel
an
that way.
estimate, but yeah.
Yeah, these opening duels have been insanely one-sided. Honestly, outside of the fast pistol round where they just killed everybody on A, it almost feels like every round has started with a 5v4 for Legacy.
For Liquid. Oh, yeah. Yes.
That is a tough way to play Counter-Strike, right? Always playing
Mhm.
from a deficit.
You do not have the odds in your favor.
Here we go. Out they go. They weren't ready for Barton. So that's a freebie served up. Sadson stays alive. The timing's a little bit awkward here with this Moto smoke up. They gain the ground. Twist finding damage, but they need more. Trying to pop that smoke. It's ultimate to deliver. Now just Sadson in the back corner, but Sadson still causes a price to be paid. Bomb's going to be planted. Ultimate has to clutch this up. And fast into the fray goes Dumau, but he's ahead of his teammate. Now there's all the time in the world for Ultimate to reposition. It's just Lato. And Ultimate is giving him the slip. In towards mini pit. The bomb's not planted for him, so Lato may not expect this position. Does he have the presence of mind to check it? Does he have the awareness? He's got the read. Process of elimination leads him to suspect it's a team ace for Legacy and an 8th round.
Wow. And the biggest lead for either team throughout this series so far. 5 rounds separating Legacy from Liquid. I mean, look, it's been sloppy for Liquid. Even in that round, it felt like they were going to lose a lot sooner than that. And then they managed to pull it back, but couldn't finish the job. But a little bit of impatience, I would say, there with the re-peek into Library, right? Because you could have just tucked in with your teammate and then gone together or tried to do something. But instead, it's just an isolated fight while the bomb is being planted. They lose that player, and it's left down to a 1v2 instead of being a 2v2 post-plant. Now another quick hit attempted, and Lato gets 2 immediately. He was flashed out by his teammate, and that led to a couple of frags through the smoke. 5v3 for Legacy. Liquid have NAF, JKS, and Twist, but this has just been a first half to forget for the NA side.
Yeah, it just feels like every round starts with them sticking their face in a blender.
Mm-hmm.
Don't recommend that, as a matter of course. They'll play this one out, because why not? It is the last round of the half. Try and take this space. Blocked off from the flower pots. This smoke on should be a pretty good chance at a bomb plant. And they found Lato up on those pots. So that's a nice early find. Coffin's players low. Dumau's 1 HP. All of this utility has been spent. One flash now deployed. Actually does get Twist some forward ground. Legacy now attempt their retake. Nate doesn't find its mark. There's no Molotovs. But a million flashbangs to guys off the site will not block the vision of NAF. Time enough to get a new magazine in, a fresh one on, a crossfire established, and Liquid scrape a 4th round to send us to the break.
Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blicke über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blicke über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Backpack, Kippen und Drinks gegen Tristess. Großstadtbild, komm mir nicht weg. Kopfwag, mach kein Pisstest, nein. Ich will nicht auf deine Party gehen, nein. Engel und Teufel tanzen Schwansee. Von deinen Lippen tropft der Chardonnay. Ich küss ihn weg, bevor du schlafen gehst. Sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blicke sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Faded auf den Wohnzimmerdielen. Baby, sag, wieso sind wir hier? Kann sein, dass wir den Boden verlieren. Wir heben ab morgens um 4. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis.
Battling back from a 3v5 in the final round, Liquid managed to stack on a fourth, but it was Legacy all the way in that first half of play. They'll be looking to change their fortunes here if Liquid need that 2-0. It's Nuke if we get to the decider, and Legacy in prime position to make that a reality.
Yeah, I think they let that last round of the first half slip away. Could have easily been 9, especially with that opener, but they gave up banana control, I think, by a little bit too much and allowed the smokes to isolate them from the site. And, I mean, Liquid should not gain full site control and still have 5 members alive on the Legacy side. You should at least be fighting and finding some trades or something. But anyway, it is in the past. We are into this second half. We'll see if Legacy can continue to try and get that pistol round magic going. Even though they lost that first pistol, they won 4 rounds after it, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. See if they can get themselves that 9th they let slip away in that first half. JKS watching from pit. And Legacy are biding their time. As you mentioned, Mike, they do like to play very slow on their T side.
Out they go. Straight into JKS. Ultimate claimed. JKS is still alive here in the pit, and now a lot of reinforcements are available. Bombs in the apps. Not fully committed just yet. Sudson could bail out. Well, no, not anymore.
Ooh.
But he's going to pay off his decision. And a dink on the NAF and an execution as well. This guy's nuts. Damn good with the pistols in hand. So falls to one Yekindar to try and pull back an improbable clutch. And well, they're going to get the numbers punched in right under his nose.
Yekindar needs some quick headshots to come through on his side. And they're not giving him any fights at all. Why should they? Forcing him to hunt down each and every frag, and he will get nothing. Naki's the 2K. Sadzine, though, a 3K. He's up to 18 frags. He was unbelievable in the first BO3 for Legacy, and he continues to be the hot hand here on Inferno and on map number 1 even of Ancient up against Team Liquid. And it's the 5-round lead restored here. Liquid, do they go into the 4 Spy Wars? I don't know. They might just want to wait until they can get the guns up, and yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
I love the peekaboo micro of Neki's slipping out of the pit. Just a subtle little detail. But obviously the expectations, there's a player tucked in there. Expectation here is that IGL, the captain of the squad, is going to farm up some anti-ecos. Money made here. None of it coming with the SMGs, though. 3 rifle kills and a nade. So he's not teaching an economics class here. He's not maximizing the opportunity. Just making sure the round doesn't get out of hand.
Ultimate's committed to this.
I believe. I believe in the Zeus. Getting active. And because he abandoned his post as the Zeuser, he loses his life. What could have been, John?
I mean, the Zeus play, right? That's that would have been the difference, finding that one with the Zeus towards Banana in that 5v1.
That's all you need.
Yeah. Ugh, I mean, Liquid need a lot right now, right? It's 6-round lead for Legacy. They've got the guns back, but it's still not the best of buy-ups. 2 M4 A1Ss, the M4A4, and 2 MP9s available for Liquid. Yekindar, I mean, yeah, he's going to go for another quick fight. He's tried to be aggressive multiple times.
boy.
There we go. It works out. I don't know how because he got down to 12 HP, but it does. Dumau is deleted. JKS waiting at porch and actually will get that frag onto Sadzini. Checks the wrong corner. 5v3 for Liquid. Finally an advantage, and JKS delivers another one before he falls, but Twist wraps it up with a pretty bow. The 2K comes through, and Liquid are on to 5.
It's getting a little bit of an earlier start now in this half. There's going to be an investment coming right back the other way, so they're not out of the woods. But the aggression down Banana pays off. JKS with a really timely peek on the porch. That one goes to plan. Actually wild that Yekindo's continuing to stick onto the MP9.
Yeah.
Has had a little bit more fun with the SMGs in this map, perhaps.
I mean, it was on Ancient 2, right? Remember CT side? He kept going for the MP9.
Flashbang for the peak. And a kill found off the MP9. So doubt not the magic of the SMG. As he is collected and backed away.
I think he's just in a bit of a rut, so he's thinking, okay, well, I guess I'll go with the SMG, which is the only gun that seems to be working in his favor so far. Nap could get caught off here, and he does, but he does damage at the very least before falling. Yekindar waiting around the corner, not popping around for the trade. Spam comes through, and JKS is gone as well. Twist finds Sadzine at the very least to make it an even 3v3, and now he finds the follow-up on the Nikis. The bomb won't be planted. Liquid regain control of the site before things get out of hand.
Whoa, the face into the spam, though. That was expected from Barden. Pre-firing it. Have they lost track of Yekindar? That's the big question. They don't look super aware.
Nope.
Oh, they're decidedly not. So that's going to be an execution. That drops the bomb on down. Now a teammate's coming up. Banana, and actually not even going to be required. Chaos. How on earth? He'd gotten the first kill on Banana, right? But it was so long ago that they'd since assumed that he'd rotated off. And it catches them completely unawares.
That is so very strange, especially considering afterwards. I mean, yes, of course, you have to check CT as you're coming around that corner, but probably should have been lasered in to Yekindar's position. All right, well, Yekindar maybe stick to the MP9. He does upgrade to an AK. We'll see how this one goes. He will continue to be aggressive, it seems, as the util dump happens for Liquid, and they should have control here of Banana. I mean, there's going to be a great flashbang throw, but here comes the spam with the bullets, and there's Yekindar striking true for 3 and Naf for 2. That round is over in very quick succession. 7th for Liquid, so yeah, now only 3 rounds back.
Closing this gap rapidly. Nothing like stacking 6 kills in 2 rounds as well. It's a nice one for Yekindar. Numbers going to be looking nice after that. 99 ADR. All about the DAR.
The Yekindar.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's ultimate. Who's getting wild and weird with it. A boost up on the half wall, but ultimate. Down below, that would have been the bomb. That would have been the bomb.
Oh.
I almost wish they'd even more fully committed into it. But now they've lost all their B defenders, so that bomb's going to make a fast move over towards the Bravo site. Tool off here. JKS waiting for that. Now it makes this a viable retake. The bomb will be uncontested in its plant.
I feel like Liquid kind of have to go for this. There's no, but they got money. You got to try something. I think they're just readjusting here, right? Right?
Not about it.
Okay. Ah. No, Mike. It looks like maybe they're thinking
There's
about
not
it.
enough
There's just
time
no
at this
time
point.
at this point.
They're
Yeah.
not about it. Don't try and talk yourself into this, John. It's not happening. They're playing for exits. Well, and now it's the worst of both worlds. Gun lost, and nothing taken out with it.
Just when you have your Kinder and 8K and Ultimate 9K.
There's money to spare.
Or
There's
7K,
not a lot of
sorry.
rounds to lose,
Yeah.
but I think they just didn't fancy their timing. They're
Perhaps
very out of
so.
position.
Perhaps so. And I mean, there is the argument that you need to keep your CT side as healthy as possible in terms of economy, but like a Legacy's on to 11. You've only got 2 more rounds potentially, so you might as well take the gamble. But they are going to call a timeout here after investing, maybe just to discuss things and see what they want to do differently. I mean, again, they keep going aggressively into these fights, head first into them, and Legacy are punishing round after round. More so in that first half is what it was when they were punishing. But here, right there, 3 players gone right at the beginning, and there was nothing they could do towards Top Banana to really respond. They've got to make an adjustment.
So we've seen some effective banana aggression, but that last round they got absolutely stymied by the player up on half wall. Maybe need the third player over if you're going to do it. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Doubling down. More util. Look at that nade damage. Oh, those are some serious red bars. And now Ultimate has found a player. Boosted up to peer down mid. That AWP is ringing out. This is the way Liquid drew it up. Sudzin gone. Dumau still limping.
Just going to say much better there for Liquid on the banana fight. They throw the util, they dump the nades, they do the damage, and they don't aggress into it. They have the 3-man setup waiting for something to come through from Legacy, and it doesn't. And afterwards, Ultimate just delivers a couple of nice frags with the AWP. So a little bit of patience going a long way there for Liquid and Legacy. They are fully resetting into spawn, Mike. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what they're thinking at this moment. There's just like a committing to the save with 1 minute left?
Seems to be the case. They've got the lead. They've got the cushion. There's money on Sudzin. There's money on Nekiz. So assuming they'll be able to get a buy around with it. Look at all the utility they have as well. They are going to full save this. And they're assuming that Liquid will not be eager for the hunt as well. Gentleman's agreement here. How do you say that? Don't know that Yakin has ever seen a hunt he's not into.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
And I mean, if they can clock any of these players. 12 seconds. This is going to get interesting. There's money to spare. 3, 2, 1. Nope, they don't fancy it.
It's weird. It's weird to go that far and then just say, you know what? Nah. I mean, I guess they figured that there was 3 players in T-spawn and it would have been a very dangerous crossfire to walk into, but still. Lead cut to 3 again. Liquid just fend off that early attempt, and Legacy pull the plug completely because they realized that they would have a full buy-up if they sent those 3 AKs to save. And there you go. AKs across the board, full util. Legacy press the reset button. They're going to try for some banana control again. Nekiz throwing the Molotov, the smoke probably close behind. Liquid not dumping that much util just yet. There's a little bit more. All right. Probably realizing they have the control now. Ultimate misses the shot. He splits the difference. It could have been a collab potentially, but now Dumau gets 2. JKS only 1, and Legacy are storming into the A site. Liquid,
They're
man,
saving?
they're going to call for the save in this situation? Why?
Oh
They have
my
money.
goodness.
They can, Mike, they can buy up. There's absolutely zero reason for Liquid to go for a save.
I mean, it'll be minimum loss bonus, I think. But there's 7,500 on Yekindar. JKS and Ultimate will both be able to save. You can drop a gun. This feels too conservative.
What?
This feels almost absurd. It's a low percentage retake, but
doesn't
still, This one feels a little bizarre. And Legacy are going to be very happy about it because we might just be seeing ourselves on Nuke.
Yeah, like the only way, I mean, we're going a long way to find a reasoning behind this, but if Liquid wins the next round and only has one player left alive and does that for a couple of rounds in a row to keep this one going, then it will make sense, right? But I mean, they're down 12-8. That requires them to win the next 2 rounds. It's so strange. I really, that's the only explanation I can come through with, and it's not a great one. 4 rounds back, map point available for Legacy. Hi. Let's see. Ultimate. He seems happy dancing around here. Wants to hit some shots here with the AWP. Hasn't been the best of maps for him. Nothing compared to his performance previously on Ancient. But he is a strong player for this Liquid squad. Nade going to get tossed by Yakindar. Legacy are just biding their time. They're waiting. Want to make Liquid get impatient and force some pushes to come through.
JKS is going to be tested. JKS is going to be tested on the smoke fade. Here they come. Ultimate right on the other side. JKS will keep his offer safe for the moment. Look at the damage he's done. And Twist now lines them up and knocks them down. JKS set that all up, though. And now bombs under the control of Team Liquid, Sadzin, and Dumau. How do they want to approach this?
Well, 35 seconds left. They don't have bomb control, so they're going to have to try and work together. Yekindar, he's got a good line here. Oh, gets spotted by Dumau and gets away. So no real harm there. 25 seconds left. Legacy don't really have enough time to go and get the frags and get the bomb plant. So they're probably just going to pull the plug here, and it will be a 9th round found for Liquid, Mike.
Closer to that OT line. Legacy not wanting to risk any less than opportune chances, but regardless, this buy is going to get weird. Limitations to the util. AKs across the board, better than I expected, to be quite frank.
Yeah, I mean, with the 2 AK saves, it actually ends up being pretty strong on the Legacy side. But still, 3 rounds in a row required from Liquid just to push this one to overtime. And they are going to send a couple of players down towards that banana fight, which, I mean, more often than not, Legacy's just been waiting on the util dump now. A little bit of spam coming through here. Tiny bit of util damage taken by Nikis, and then returning the favor on the other side towards Yakindar.
Smoke Molotov, but no peek behind it. Boost up over. Oh, flashbang check. That's Dumau. Managed to dodge that flash. Half-wall player was in big trouble. Nick is fortunate that he had a teammate close at hand, but now forcing it through the smoke, and that's been punished. It's a disaster now for Liquid. Legacy looked like this might just be Inferno locked and loaded. Bomb's getting planted. That can't be denied, certainly. There's still a player back on Team Ramp.
Barton.
Actually unreal. Ultimate stunned. And at this point, now, Legacy just need 2 more kills. Trying to lock these in. Lotto has found the first. It's all on to JKS. But try as he might. Rage against the players on the other side. There's just no time. There's no chance. It's Legacy to lock things in, to bring us through to Nuke. We are going the distance here, John. We are burning some of the midnight oil. We are going all the way.
Yeah, I mean, look, Legacy, even though they lose map 1, I still feel like they've looked like the better team throughout the first 2 maps. And on it, you're absolutely right. I mean, that first half, like I was saying, while it was happening, I think it was 70-80% of the time, they were down 4v5 in the first 20 seconds of the round. So they were constantly trying to climb their way back into it. Even in that second half, it was still happening, although not as much because they started to get some rhythm going. But you know, at the end of it, look at that last round, for example. You know, they had 2 players go down immediately at the beginning of the round. I should say second to last round. It was a 5v3, but they managed to pull that one back. Anyway, we go on here to Nuke. Let's see if Liquid can recover from that map loss and prevent the reverse sweep from Legacy.
Dumau. Made it costly, but oh my goodness, this is turned on its head. The duel outside goes the way of Liquid, and they strike first here on Nuke.
Alrighty. Well, that's fast. 1-0 in favor of Liquid, and that's great that they're able to get things going. Of course, it looks like Legacy did win the ninth round as they are on the CT side. But Liquid, I mean, if you can get your T side going quickly and early, then you can obviously set yourselves up for success as you switch over to the opposite end. And it stands there, you have Mac and 3 Cleos up against Legacy, full on save aside from its eagle up by now, and this A site and the outside yard.
No presence ramp.
Yeah.
The stack is fully prepared for the outside play, which does mean that there is no plan B. If they go anywhere else on this map, there's not really a response. And somehow, Yekindar has just actually passed everybody. Now he's realizing it. Now he's figuring it out. Damage done on. They've taken the site. This should be the round, though Nap is lost outside. Whoa, don't overface here. Losing your gun would be the worst result. There's no need to make this expensive.
Yep. Lotto getting the deagle from Dumau. He's the healthier player. I'd imagine they try to go into this here because they didn't invest much into the round. There's Dumau waiting for that smoke to fade. They want to get as many bodies down as possible. I think that's the first objective here for Legacy, and nothing else will fall, though. JKS takes care of business, gets the 3K. Got a little bit sloppy. Honestly, Yekindar peeking down into hell from that position was a little scary, and he goes down to 11 HP or 12 HP, but he still managed to survive, and he pulls off of that fight just in time to avoid what could have been potentially another disastrous round for Liquid, but they do secure it and make it 2-0, even though, yes, it was expensive, and they do have to reinvest a couple of guns. On the Legacy side, they've got the op out for Sadzine, who has been a very potent player here for them throughout the day. What's happening to Lotto? Is he just burning in a Molotov here?
Seems to be the case. Pressure on up top. Neckies, though, has found Naf. So that's a nice early start. Nice early collection here in the big garage. Looking for more. They look like they want to go for a mini drop. Pressure on. JKS just on the other side of the squeaky door. And there's that smoke pop. Ultimate clearing out Dumau. Things getting very chaotic now. As Neckies has been lost in the garage. They actually want to press in towards mini. 2 players here. There's a lot of options open to Liquid, and they don't know it yet, but lower is free for the taking.
And they have a lot of time, too, to kind of explore the map here with this man advantage. Lotto and Barton, I like the initiative they're taking in towards lobby, and it yields a frag. JKS gone, no trade in sight. 3v3, that's fantastic from Legacy, and Liquid kind of losing a lot of map control with that frag coming through. They're trying to reaggress themselves in towards lobby, but Barton's already tucked away.
To be fair,
look where Lato's gone.
You know you left outside open.
Yeah.
You know you killed the lobby lurk. How on earth would you expect them to double up back in towards lobby?
Well,
like, this is such a tough one to read. Lato, oy, that's a bit of a hash of it. Twist didn't quite get the kill. Yekindar will eventually run it down. But now they just get to pick where they want to go. And the answer is heaven. And there's no one home. There's no one here to defend A. I don't know how Legacy were supposed to have read this round. Liquid have definitely left some risks in it, but at the end of the day, they've completely bamboozled the Brazilian players, and I really can't blame them for it. Even with that kill, they're so out of position. They don't have armor on Sudson. They don't have a kit. I guess Barton might give this a look. Players are pretty off the spot as well. They're going to give it a chance.
no smoke, though. They could just try to stick it. I mean, Liquid's
They
not
have to.
really in a position here. So, yeah.
Well, they're not going to win the round. They might keep the players around. But no kit. Not full 10 second. It's a death sentence. Sadzin, do you make it away?
Oh!
The only survivor.
Just barely surviving with the op in his hands, so that will help. It could even justify a force buy here for Legacy, although I think a light buy would be the better call and keep themselves above 2K. Well, no, they're going all in. They're trying for it, and again, I can't blame them. I think with the amount of money they had, it's worth a shot around that AWP, especially considering that Liquid lost every single player in that previous round. But I mean, the good news is for Liquid is they've got 3 in a row to kick off Nuke on their T side, which is the tougher side to get the rounds going here on this map. And JKS deleted immediately. Ultimate the trade. It's back and forth. And as it stands, a 3v2 thanks to Yakindar on the tail end, finding Barton. There's going to be another player challenging here. Nikis, they don't expect it. They finally recover and get their guns out. But Nikis is able to slip away and throws the Molotov. How is he still alive?
Is he just bulletproof? They're just Looney Tunesing him. They're drawing outlines around him. But once again, a path towards an A plant has been left open. There is no one here. A lobby push means that there is a flank coming in towards ramp, but, well, they don't need to worry about that. It's going to be kind of an awkward engagement again. MP9 at that range, not the gun. Not the gun for it. And Naf snappy on the trigger. Nikis is not giving himself enough time for this. He doesn't have a kit, again. It's a full 10-second defuse. Just coming over heaven now. And he does not have the time.
No. I think he was just trying to maybe spotted a player or keep them on the site, but that's not going to happen. Naf should be okay. Nope, he's not. This bomb on you. There's so
no mercy.
So few safe spots, honestly. You really have to be far
2
away
HP, you better be in the corner of T-spawn by the car park.
Exactly. That's what
Counting the license plate numbers.
Time are going to be called by Legacy. Liquid finally gotten a bit of a roll for themselves here. 4 rounds in a row. Legacy forcing up in that previous one, but it's still okay because their last one is now 3,400. Probably could buy up again. Nekis could drop one. That's probably what they're discussing right now. I mean, you kind of have to. Liquid. Hoping to make it 5 here. More potent buy-up coming through from Legacy now. 2 A1Ss, the AWP, and the 2 MP9s. Util's pretty strong as well, so they'll be able to contest here. See what Liquid decides to do. Maybe slow down the pace even further, or just go straight into a fight. Looks like they might want to get aggressive here. They already sent 2 players to lobby. Now they're slowing up a little bit with all these smokes. 3 already deployed by Legacy, 2 by Liquid. As it stands, each team still hasn't encountered the other. Ultimate's on top of Marshmallow as well. Well, Liquid appear to be leaning towards the outside here of the map. And no one really going to fight them. I mean, Nikis is here and Lato as well, but I mean, the smokes are probably going to isolate them. And the player towards Secret, has already backed off.
Yeah, it's the op as well. So you would have liked to have that on these wide sight ranges. Keys. What do you got? One? Only one. Bit of a whirlwind. That bot Sadzin's back in the right angle. Dumau's collected one in the meantime, so now it's pressure on for Liquid. Oh, and all this outside control has cost them dearly. Dumau punishing from the heaven. He's ultimate in the clutch. It matters if he can find it, but the player up Mustang, Dumau, will not miss. And it's Legacy on the board.
It felt like perhaps the better play for Liquid would have been to go towards Secret in that instance, but instead they try to go in towards Mini. And I mean, yes, they do get the advantage trading out Nikis after he finds that one with the MP9, but it's just that there were too many bodies up for Legacy. I think one from Lockers that ended up striking true and bringing that to the man advantage for the Legacy side. So, well, Liquid, maybe a bit of a misstep, but they're going to try and recover here. It is a force buy, surprisingly. They didn't have to, but they're going to go for it with the Tech 9s and the Galil. The smoke slows them up, and I thought they were going to go faster, but now a nade sails in. Legacy posted up. They've got a great crossfire, and Lato just spams. All he has to do is fire. They walk into his crosshair 3 times. Sadzine finding twists, and Kindar is also gone. Second in a row for Legacy.
And that's a hell of a way to bolster the eco. Keeping those bodies up. Lato just lining them up. He's looking like a pool player out here, playing the angles. Snooker for those of you across the pond. Never been clear on what exactly is billiards versus snooker versus pool.
No, that's lost on me, Mike.
I think
I mean, I don't know either.
snooker is like about how many times you bounce it or something.
Perhaps.
I think pool and billiards are the same thing. If I'm wrong, tweet at me. Or tweet, better yet, if I'm wrong, tweet at John. That's twitter.com or x.com or whatever it's called now, /JRTTV. That's JRT TV and then 2 E's on the end of it.
Why are you doing this?
I don't know. I need to know about pool versus billiards, and the people need to let you know.
So
that
I have to
know.
relay it to you afterwards.
Yes.
So there's just a
Yes.
middleman being added. Okay.
Please.
Sure. All right.
We need knowledge, John. It's getting late. I need this knowledge. I thirst for it. Yekindar thirsts for a hero AK, so he's bought one. And, to be fair,
Oh, wow.
it's one shot on. Looking for more. What kind of action we got towards lower? It's just Lato.
Incendiary spilled over in a really interesting way there towards ramp. But anyway, yeah, it's just Lato for now. And all they need is Lato. He's got the bomb at his feet. He's going to get surrounded, you'd think, but doesn't matter. Pulls out the pistol. Can he do it against Yakindar? Almost. Yakindar down to 38 HP, 1v2. He clutched it out on Inferno, and now I would say that Liquid would love if he can do it again, but he won't. Nikis pops out as he's trying to plant that bomb. Third round found for Legacy.
First time out going to come in here from Mither.
Yep.
Trying to get a little bit more out from this T side. Also trying to figure out this investment, right? Yankee going to be on that techie. But otherwise, they should be able to cook something up here.
By the way, Mike, update that I just noticed here on the other match that was happening. Fluffy Aimers absolutely disposed of lag 13-4 and 13-3 on Dust 2 and Vertigo. So they will be the opposition for whoever loses here in the lower bracket.
Lato strikes first. That was just the Tech 9, but still, it was the aggressive play. Out Squeak. Presumably trying to go for a bit of a vent dive. The vent will go undove.
So again, Liquid on the back foot early on, and even more so now. It's Sadzine connecting on
was
the
a
twist
headshot.
from Locker. Was it? It looked like
Yeah, look at the health. Twist hit a headshot. That must have clipped just the edge of something.
Yeah, it had
He
to.
said Zine thanking his lucky stars on 6 HP. Woo.
Maybe clipping the windowsill.
It was either the unbreakable box or the windowsill. But either way, it took just enough pepper off of it, and now Sadzine can strike again. And bit by bit, they are falling apart. Ultimate trying desperately to give them some numbers back, but might be too little too late. 35 seconds left. That's still so much work to do if they're going to get towards a bomb site. That makes it a little easier, though. Hold on now.
Ultimate.
Oh, and they're gonna assume that that's pulled players towards A, which it has, to be fair. Might allow them bomb plant. Need the vent rotation here. When do they feel confident? Players already in towards double doors. This should be the shutdown. And despite 2 kills from Naf, there's just not enough time here.
No, he's got time to plant.
Oh, he's gonna stick it down. He's gonna stick it down. It's here from single. Does he snap around in time? He does indeed. Just in the nick of time. Naf does it all. A sure pair of hands here. And a Liquid 5th.
Wow. I mean, Naf, that 2K, impressive in itself. And then he manages to jump down immediately, grab the bomb, start planting it. Just enough time to get it planted before the aggression comes through from Legacy. And the wherewithal to look in towards Decon and get the last beautiful 3K from Naf. That is what Liquid needed. And they hang on to the lead, extending it back to 2. With Legacy, though, they're going to be buying up here because they can afford the op and the M4s. Thing is, Naf has already taken care of Nikis towards outside and doesn't take much damage in the process either. So now a lot more space afforded to Liquid, and they can choose their battles. Great to see Liquid as well finally getting that man advantage early on instead of it flipping the other way. Dumau waiting for the smoke fade. Doesn't work out for him. JKS delivers another frag. 5v3 now. Oh my goodness, the reads here from Liquid are great. I mean, they're just being patient. Barton's almost gone.
Yeah, I mean, there's reads, yes, but then there's also just, okay, we're 5 up in a man advantage. Just sit and wait for them to try and make a play. The desperation is there for Legacy, right? Trying to find a kill, trying to find some sort of push out. So patience is key here, and Liquid are exercising it nicely. In towards Mini they will go on this smoke fade, it seems. This is the reinforced site. This is where the op is. This could be a problem. Uh-oh, Barton has shown exactly why he's down. It's all about Sadzin. But Sadzin, they're so fortunate that didn't land. That looked bang on, and instead 3 players will survive through, and Liquid at the least are bringing an even scoreline out of this half.
I mean, I think that was the second shot Sadzin fired in that engagement where it didn't connect, and it looked like it should have. A little bit rough for him. And Liquid, 6 rounds T-side. That's fantastic, honestly. And if they get anything more, it's phenomenal. And it looks like that could even happen right here because Legacy don't appear very inclined to buy up at all. In fact, $0 spent. So Liquid, a chance to go up 7-3 here on Nuke. And a run boost. Nice one, in fact. No one's waiting there towards Garage, but Ultimate had the lineup and everything. Well executed. Dumau and the keys waiting here with the rest of their squad. Very much leaning towards, I would say, B ramp. Yeah, no one's really on A. That's going to be an easy plant. Uh-oh.
Well, 1 kill outside. Hang on. Hang on. How frisky can we get here with just unarmored pistols? We've seen it before. But we won't see it now. Unless the magic of the 5-7. No 25-35. Just a lonely 5-7. Might find an op, actually. Hang on. What? Ooh.
Did they toss it away, though? I mean...
Surely someone's looking this way. Okay. Ultimate does bring the kill on through. Good damage, but that's just for the stat sheet.
Alrighty. Now Liquid have ensured themselves a lead heading into that second half. Legacy do have the guns coming right back into the swing of things here, as they will post themselves up. Sadzine with the AWP is the leading fragger at 10. Here comes that util. Incendiary thrown pretty deep there by Legacy, but Liquid's not going to be fussed at all. Walking right through it. Sadzine and Lato get the opening frags, though. Ultimate and Yakindar, their victims. And we have a 5v3 just like that for Legacy. Oh, it's pulled right back by Liquid!
Unless... anything but. This is turned on its head. And now they can have a little bit of patience. Naf is down lower. Strong positioning, strong map control from him. The op will, or the bomb rather, will need to be retrieved. Presumably that'll be JKS's job. Twist is enjoying his time on the mini roof. It's a place of fond memories, I'm sure, for Twists. But he's actually going to be the player to go back and get the bomb. Legacy are reaggressing here. Timing of this is going to get really interesting. There's so much control lower. Presumably they're going to try and link up through ramp, but we've got a squeaky push. I think. No, 2 players down vent. They're anticipating this. They're anticipating this read.
I mean, they could still go A. Feels like they are.
Cleared everything out. Now I've seen absolutely nothing down here. It's a bit of boxing against shadows, but I don't think they realize that players are present. Yeah, not prepared at all. And Barton and Dumau will punish. This bomb not going down. There's just not enough time. The nade will finish it. Twist knows he's given up for dead. And that is a cheeky, timely reposition down the vent. Not a noise cue given up. And Liquid were totally caught unaware.
Yeah, I mean, I understand Naf falling back towards ramp to support his team as they go in towards that B site, but you lose so much potential information back into the site, and that's exactly what happens, right? You have 2 players go into observation or control, whatever you want to call it, and, well, not expected at all by Liquid as a result, and they were just trying to get towards that bomb site. Unfortunate as we go into the 12th round of play, at least unfortunate for Liquid, great for Legacy, as they want to try and get this to a 5th round and prevent Liquid from restoring that 4-round lead. Naki's waiting in garage, staring down towards mid, very deep in that position. Lato and Barton trying to work together here. Oh, this smoke fade could be critical as Barton actually falls away, and, well, he's going to repeat here. JKS could get the opener. He spams Barton down to 33, but can't find the frag, throws the Molotov afterwards, and it will still be a 5v5 after all is said and done with 1:03 left on the clock.
Swinging to the big garage. Neki is ready to check that. So Naf is the first casualty of this final round of the half. Looking to trade it, they will be able to do so, but Lato in the meantime has had his impact. It's been such a problem for them in defensive squeak. And that's not going to change. Twists and Yakindar have to break this crossfire. And they will do exactly that at the cost of a whole lot of health, but they're going to give themselves a chance at this round. Dumau the next peak. Oh, the headshot doesn't land, and Dumau's able to finish off both. 5 rounds on for Legacy, but a lead for Liquid takes us to the break. back we go for our final half of play tonight. One way or another, this will end. You know, I say final half. We could go for more. But it's the second half of our final map of play, shall we say. Liquid with a lead as they head over towards the CT side. Legacy managing to stack one right at the tail moment, but it was far from an ideal defense of Nuke. Still,
I think
this is not the Nuke of yore, John.
no,
You
yeah,
can get
it's
stuff done. STs.
definitely. It's certainly more effective. You can have more effective T sides than ever before, at least in the history of Nuke. Neff gonna get Gush down to 21 here. Keeps firing away. He's got Twist supporting him as well, but they just can't get frags. So Legacy gonna take all that space, and Neff has to fall off here.
Look at
Should
the presence lower.
There's a lot, but Dumau gets the opening frag.
I mean, they need kills, certainly, and they're not getting any of them, so it doesn't matter how many bodies you have down if you can't hit the headshots, and Dumau has headshots galore. 4 pistol kills to his name, and a 6th round for Legacy.
Wow. A great way for Legacy to open up their T side. And they're 1 round away from tying things up. Still anyone's map at this point, even though Liquid did have a pretty good T side. It could have been better. That last round kind of slipped through their fingers. So the 8-4 lead could not be secured. Now, well, Ultimate, he's got the Zeus. Posting up close here towards lobby. I mean, he's the second time he's tried this. It was back on Inferno as well at Banana with that Zeus. As it stands, unlikely that Liquid will find victory here, although 3 players are pushing up. In fact, 4 going in towards T-Spawn. They get that one for free? Okay, AK on the ground. JKS going to grab it. And now Liquid, I mean, they obviously know that Legacy have to be heading towards that B site.
Yeah, this is not a secret. It's not a secret. The secret agent mission from Twist. What's he going to do? Open the door. Someone notice. Smoke immediately into it. There's just so little that they should expect from these unarmored pistols. Neck is to make sure they hang on to the ramp. It may just become a mission of saving this AK. That seems to be priority numero uno.
Don't mind it.
No, not at all. Maybe they play for some more exits with these USPs, but the AK, its main focus is on staying alive. Oh, here's the thing, though. Nekius is calling his teammates towards him. He's saying, this is safe. And by the might of their guns, it will be.
Alrighty. Well, the AK is the lone survivor, at the very least for Liquid, so they'll carry that through into this round. And now they're going to go for a lighter buy, because I guess they want to try and be conservative with their money. Could have invested a lot more heavily and gotten the M4s out. I suppose they're figuring that these MP9s and the UMP will be enough against the Legacy squad, and if it's not, then they'll have a buy-up in the following round with the $2,900 loss bonus. So, okay, see how it pans out for them. Sadzine throwing that util immediately in towards Hut. And Lato spamming through said Hut, hoping to connect for some damage. As it stands, a little bit of damage done. Oh, Ultimate trying to catch him off. Lobby Crunch coming through, and Ultimate actually gets the opener here. Continues to push up with Twist and Nap coming in on the other side. Ultimate is gone. They're trying to find another one, and they do. JKS delivering. Sadzine on notice here, down to 30 HP. Throws a nade just to try and chase off Liquid as he's fading away, and Dumau does manage to get one back. But this is very much Liquid coming out and threatening Legacy's positioning.
Yeah, an effective lobby crunch. Maybe sticking around a little too long on it. I don't know if they realize a player was tucked by Squeak, but as it is now, up the vents goes Yekindar. Good damage, but no kill. Twist, though, follows it up. Leaves it into a clutch. JKS spots the elbow. Can't get the kill, though. Neki is quick on the trigger and right on the head.
Yeah, JKS may be firing a little bit too early in that situation, but, you know, he felt at least that he had the opportunity to get that frag and win the round for his squad. Still a great job by Twist and the rest of Liquid in a round that, as we mentioned, they didn't invest that much money into. almost finding an 8 for themselves. And now the full investment will come through. The op, the 3, make that 4 M4s on their side. And Legacy still haven't run the op just yet, but they do have the full AKs available to them. They just want that mobility, and they lose the first, not the second, though. It will be a trade coming through on their side to even out the numbers, but I mean, Legacy continue to go for these fights in towards lobby. And Liquid trying to stop them in their tracks, but that time they're rebuffed.
What's being picked up in spawn? Sets up a smoke. Here we go. Smoke's outside. Take some time off the clock to deploy them. But no one's moving behind them. It was definitely a feint. An ultimate with his nade pop. Realized that. They headed ramp instead. There's no ramp presence. There is no ramp presence whatsoever. Flashbang in, it might be the tip off. The Heaven player should have heard that. And so Naf knows they're coming his way. The problem is he has no help. There's no cavalry for this. They'll be flanking the ramp, but Naf has to deliver. Gets the one. Ultimate found a kill elsewhere. JKS and Yekindar now on the scene, but they're wary about giving this up too easily. Sadzin can't quite get to cover, so it all falls to Dumau. By some destroyed double doors, Dumau will try and hold the line. They don't know where he is, but eventually the smoke goes down and the stick is on. Spam attempted, and not so successful. We are all tied up.
Alrighty, nice. Yeah, very much. Team Ace coming through there from Liquid, as you mentioned, tying it up at 8-8. Like that retake, Liquid going in as a unit, not letting JKS go in by himself. It's all together, making sure that Legacy wouldn't have much of a chance of dealing with that post-plant. And you saw Dumau. I mean, he goes for the spam onto the smoke, but once he doesn't connect with anything, he has to worry about a response on the Liquid side, and, well, he's not ready for it. So, round number 17 is underway here. Legacy do buy up a hero AK that's in Nikiza's hands. Naf gonna throw that smoke. Guys off any potential vision, popping it as well. Not gonna see anything off of that. As Legacy currently biding their time. One flash available to them to utilize here. It's probably gonna be to get out of this smoke. Oh, maybe not. Holding on to it is Sadzin. Doesn't even need it. Wow.
AK ringing true. Might just be enough to get them a bomb plant at that. Oh, heavy presence here. This is such an awkward fight. Oh, the pistol's overwhelmed. Barton finds two. This is a catastrophe now. This might just be a save. This likely should be a save. Oh, they're so wary about getting run down. They're so wary about getting overwhelmed, so they are going to back away. One rifle with a set of armor and pistols around it. And Legacy have just cracked through a 9th. These have been the back-breaking rounds for Liquid. Rounds with so little behind them, but just enough firepower to break the setup. Been a few too many of these across the series, and this one could be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Well, I mean, they do get the saved guns there, so it's going to be another buy-up coming through for Liquid. It's getting a little tough for them economically, though, and you see it because NAF can't afford any util at all. Not that will be that big of a deal because everyone else has a full kit on their person, but yeah. Legacy Just charging in. Wow, this is going to be tough for Ultimate to deal with. In fact, he does survive, but his teammate goes down on the site proper, and everyone else melts away. It's all down to Naf as Yakinder only gets one. What an aggressive blitz by Legacy onto that A site, and Lato delivering frag after frag.
And now it's absolute ruination. It's absolute destruction. Money gone. Naf having to save double digits on for Legacy. Liquid presumably are going to need to eco around this. And I mean, that means they're going to be staring down 11 rounds, most likely, for Legacy. This is an absolute disaster. Naf, strong enough to hold on to this gun, at least for the moment, though there's nothing hunting him. And okay, Naf will certainly punish them for these hunts. Easily dispatched out, but they don't care. They've got plenty of money to try and close this thing out. All of the onus is on Liquid now, and actually a little more cash than expected. With that saved gun, the temptation might be here to risk it. And they're going to do it. Timeout used. Only their second timeout at that, John.
Yeah.
Still time to change course.
All right, well, like we're going to have to be a little more careful on the spacing. I think that's been one of their problems, just supporting each other, getting those trades out, because Legacy have been just very aggressive in their fights and just a little more effective at winning them, honestly. And everything's looked scrappy on the Liquid side, not only in this BO3, but the one against the Fluffy Aimers as well. So they need to shake off that rust very quickly, especially right here if they want to stay in the upper bracket and find their ticket to the grand final. 4 AKs and the op for Legacy. And on the Liquid side, they can't get the big green up. They just don't have enough money. They will at least have M4s across the board. Util is exceptionally light, so that'll be a problem. You're going to probably see them try to take some fights, maybe go for the lobby crunch against that. Zine delivering one. No trade in sight. Ultimate is gone. This is another tough start for Liquid. They keep going for these early fights and keep losing them.
Yeah, I mean, I think they feel the pressure, right? They
Yeah,
feel the
for
pressure
sure,
to try and shrink
for
this
sure.
map, to try and get some control somewhere, to try and go for a cheeky peek. And in doing so,
What do you do there?
they're
Yeah.
giving up the kills. Naf unable to hang on to the even line. They've bet a lot on this round. And Legacy are perfectly happy to let them swing, to let them stew. Now they'll start to take this control towards ramp. There's no one to defend. There's no one to contend. It is free and clear for the taking. So as soon as Barton pokes his nose around, they should know that lower is ripe and ready to be picked. Indeed, they will start to suss that out. Diligent as ever. Taking advantage of every possible second on that clock. JKS has dropped lower. Could do something with this. How much does he want to brawl? On fire
Ooh.
now. Mo's down 2. JKS bringing this back under control. Nearly denied that bomb. That's it. That's the time. There's not enough. There's not enough. You can't get this bomb planted. Twist just has to survive. He bails on out. And a lifeline is extended to Liquid. They had no business being in that round. Legacy, so slow. Trying to cross their I's and dot their T's. And in doing so, disaster sneaks in.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable that Liquid are even allowed to win, that stay in that round, not to mention win the round.
Yeah.
Legacy.
All just
gonna-
one cheeky Justin Savage.
Yeah. It's been an interesting series of CS for both of these squads, but Liquid, looking at their money, that's still a problem, right? And their util is terrible. 2 flashes, a smoke, and a nade. And on the other side, Legacy still had plenty of cash, so they have that significant utility advantage going into this round once more. So it'll be a tough one for Liquid. They're going to have to rely on the guns to carry them forward here and tie things up at 10. Here comes Legacy storming into the A site once more. It worked previously. Let's see if it happens again. JKS does manage to get a trade after the opening frag comes through. And I mean, Legacy are stalled out here. They don't really have the ability to push up, but Barton gives them that path with 2 frags. Now it's a 3v2, and Barton, along with Sadzine, continue to spam away. Now Barton decides to try and plant that bomb. They will secure the plant, and they have the man edge.
And the money's so dire, but yeah, Kindar not going to back away, not going to be cowed. If they had a Molotov, this would be so ideal. That's not to be had. So no ifs, ands, or buts. Just what's going to actually be done. No kits. No kits. Sadzin trying to play the line. They haven't been able to move off the spot. It's all about this brawl. Nap doesn't catch the first. Yekindar can't snap around for the second. 11 rounds. And that money once again right at the edge for Liquid. This might just be Liquid forced to play for overtime. Legacy so close. So close to their home event. So close for a trip back to Brazil.
Should they win here, still need to beat one more team. It could be Liquid again. But honestly, I assuming that Liquid falls down to that lower bracket, I don't know if it's a foregone conclusion that they'll be able to defeat Fluffy Aimers, who did give them a run for their money as well. Anyway, this one's still not done, but like you said, it feels like the writing might be on the wall here for Liquid, as they only have, what is it, a shotgun? Nova is being purchased up here? No, I think NAF has decided against it. Now it's going to be 3 pistols. Timeout called by Liquid. Right as the round was about to start, they decided to call it. So they're going to talk things over here.
Gotta have a clear idea for how you're going to maximize this.
I guess, yeah.
Single
Sadzine rocking
smoke.
the SG. Interesting.
Oh. When you're an opper, but you want to move a little bit faster.
Yep.
The Creed. What kind of tricks do Liquid have up their sleeve? Time for a magic show, Liquid. You got any? Gotta show it now. Ooh. Okay.
This is interesting.
Hold on. A little case of pursuit, case of confidence here. The backstab. Yekindar. Going to be able to get it. Rifle picked up. There you go. First blood drawn. Secret denied. Rifle picked up. He didn't see the rest of the party here. Do they suss out it could be heaven? They have to know outside's totally open at this point. Is anyone watching? Nobody is watching. Uh-oh.
That's bad.
Uh-oh. 2 players spotted. Lotto with the discipline and the transfer. And this is a disaster.
Could have been so good, Mike. It could have been so good. They had 3 players on A. No one watching heaven at all. 3 players just focused on Hut and Secret.
I think, actually, because Yekindar followed the one guy down secret, didn't see anyone else, he might have... I mean, it's possible that there was a misread. He didn't really go looking for anyone else. But it's possible that there was a misread, that there wasn't presence outside. Either way, whatever the result, whatever the cause, rather, the result is that Legacy get 3 chances to close this out and secure their spot in the final of this qualifier.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid won't be eliminated either, like we were talking about before, but still, I mean, these 2 performances so far have left a lot to be desired on their side.
I mean, this would be a substantial upset as well. When we consider rankings, Liquid are sitting at number 7 in the Valve rankings, number 8 in the HLTV. Legacy, meanwhile, number 50 in the Valve ranking, number 57 in the world ranking. This would be a stunning upset. A shocker for sure, and it just requires one more round.
Might
Barton
get it here.
has found the first. There's the second as well. 3 more kills, all that's required. Yekindar's burning. And with him, Liquid's chances might be going up in smoke alongside. Ultimate's going to try and get frisky here. Someone's got to do something. There has to be some initiative taken. Ultimate, though, can't capitalize. Even with that nade kill, it's just not going to tip the scales. This is overwhelming from Legacy. We could be done before you know it. Naf, though, has other things to say. Still wants to keep on swinging. Still wants to keep on fighting. Detecting this presence. They're going to shift out towards ramp. The bomb must be retrieved. But if it makes it to ramp, the path should be open. And Liquid's trying to make some anticipatory moves.
45 seconds left on the clock here. Legacy moving back in towards A. Yekindar, a chance to do some damage here because no one's coming from Squeaky. Does he realize they're on the site? No, they're just so silent that Yekindar has no idea at all. Eventually now with that Molotov thrown, he realizes the error of his ways. He'll come back in towards Squeaky, but it's probably going to be Lato to flush him out as soon as he heads in this direction. He's waiting for Naf to come in, but Naf in the meantime is down to below half health as well. And now he's dead. It's all up to Yekindar trying to reaggress here from Squeaky. Lato around the corner. He overlooks him. This one's done. Legacy have secured their spot in the grand final of this close qualifier.
That they have. That they have. We said at the beginning, we said this event means a little bit more to Legacy, right?
Yeah.
This is IEM Rio. This is the marquee event in Brazil this year. And this is a Brazilian squad.